Hi, I'm Don Boden, and this is the second video in the Sonic Branding 101 SLR workshop. In the first video, we went through some of the concepts, terminology, basic rules, and some of the business aspects of what sonic branding is. In this video, I'm going to sit down with the Soundiron bumper and score, original music, and some sound design, and try to share my process along the way. So what I did here is I went through and for about 40 minutes, walked you through how I created this. Let's go back in time about 40 minutes, and I'll walk you through every step of the way of my thoughts and process for scoring this bumper for Soundiron. I'm going to see if I can get this a little smaller. I'm going to see it kind of big over here. And for some of this, I'll hide it. Actually, I'm going to leave it there for right now. So let's see. Okay. All right. It's going to play through okay. And so I'm going to kind of do some, I'm going to think about the tempo first. So that's the first thing. Like, is there a pulse? And that's going to be triggered from watching it visually. So. Okay, so I got an idea. It's going to be about this. So let's go ahead and I'm going to select my tempo with my click. Okay, let's see if around 97. All right, so I'm thinking, because it's this lava, fiery kind of thing, I want to do something a little bit, you know, like Carmine Burana, maybe not that evil sounding, but with that kind of intensity. So the first thing I want is when this peaks up, I want to have this low drum, a big drum, kind of a roll that'll explode into the lava seeking down, and then some vocals on top of that. So let's pull up my Soundiron libraries, which is what I'm going to use for almost everything. And so first I'm going to pull up the bass and toms in Apocalypse Percussion Elements. Okay. I think I'm going to get what I need with this. We'll check out this tom and see if this, or this low kick. I may even pitch it down. Okay, so like that, yeah. That was off, but I'm sometimes quicker. With editing the piano roll. It's just the nature of being a guitar player, living in a keyboard world. Okay. I want these to be a little quieter. Okay, getting there. Oh, I want this 30 seconds here. Okay, that sounds great. I'm going to label that kick intro, and then I'm just going to duplicate that layer. This is going to be my cymbal, because I really want to roll up cymbal 2 to take us into our next explosion of when the lava comes down. And one thing I really love about the Apocalypse percussion elements is the quality of the cymbals. I personally think beating a big piece of metal is some of the most annoying frequencies on Earth, and that's just me. I think it does have a certain effect, and it works, and it's great, but I'm a little sensitive. I don't like loud noises. I don't like a lot of light, and the same goes with cymbals. Cymbals are harsh. It's that hit, attack, and mid-range. So that's one of the reasons I'm a fan of these cymbals. Because they're crisp. That's our hi-hats. Okay, that might work there. Let's see. That's just needs to be visually locked on, so. Okay, and I can see that I've moved my I need to move this, so here we go. I want this hit to happen when it starts to really come across, so I'm gonna just continue to, that's not gonna work there. Here we go. There we go. Now I've got an even longer roll up. Okay. Sounds a little cheesy right now, but I think I want to bring in some attack horns to kind of announce it. And these Symphony Series brass ensembles. This is a really nice set. I usually start with just the big brass ensemble instrument to sketch a little bit, and then as I make changes, I can decide if I want to bring in individual instruments and orchestrate them out. So I was thinking but I think I might go with the Sorsando, because it's got that nice blast up front. And I hit the wrong chord. Now I need to get in there and get it to line up. You know what? It's not too far off. Let me just listen. And I think the cymbal I want a lot more reverb. So I'm going to just pull up the built-in reverb for now. Let's get a cathedral. Let's hear it. And I'm going to go ahead and give that another. All right. And now the choir. That was the thing that I had kind of envisioned. And the Voices of Rapture has some really neat phrases, but I'm not sure if they're going to work. So maybe the symphony series, or I'm sorry, the Requiem. Let's see. Let's listen to the choral effects. That might give us something like that. That's a little too much. Yeah, I don't think we're going to want to sweep. Maybe we don't want to affect. I was thinking something more along the lines of like Latin chanting. Adoramus. Dominum. Here we go. Demanus. 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 I'm not sure if that's going to work, but let's run with it for now. Is starting to get a little bit of the feel I want. I feel like this brass. Let's listen back here. And again, I don't know if Soundiron would like this, referring to Demonos, now that I think about it. And, you know, that's an important thing to consider. Is it something that your client would like? You know, if your client sent over the brief with a bunch of words that were all about the occult and whatnot, then you may want to say Demos. So let's see what Origin does for us. Origin. I feel like it's almost too blatant word. So why don't we go with something with like 3 syllables? Let's listen to this one. Whoop, I'm on the brass. they were having some fun when they did that one. Okay, this might work, and I think what may work is if we bring it up right to our sforzando hits, so that our vocals hit with our first sforzando. And the only problem is now I've got different chords going on, which I didn't intend for it to happen at the same time. So let's move these around. Okay, almost getting somewhere, I think. Let's get some woodwinds in with brass. They got a lot of bite, and they're great. The Soundiron woodwinds, the Symphony series woodwinds ensembles. Here we go. And I'm just going to bring the entire woodwind ensemble. I love using ensembles. I think it's a great, quick way to sketch and score. And we may be able to just try with a sforzando as well. Let's take a look. No. Okay. Then let's check out. There we go. We'll leave the center open for the vocals. And I think I hit it too hard. These ones, pull them back. And again, I didn't adjust our expression. So let's see what happens when I boost it up at the beginning. Or better yet, what if I give it the emphasis of the choir? Okay, I could live with that. Now, I'm a firm believer of getting your orchestral kind of sketch idea down before you start to play with additional textures, because I feel like if your hook is truly something melodic or organic, acoustic, that it needs to kind of stand up on its own. And I want to do some glissandos with the harp. And we were in F minor. And I normally would use buses for everything, but I'm trying to do everything here in inside the instruments, just for the sake of time. So let's see if we can't get, let's just get the reverb. They got the cathedral D. Oh, there's no cathedral D. Let's go with far D. Oftentimes, space, distance is what makes something sound so cinematic. So let's see what happens. Uh-oh, we've got a problem with our key. F sharp minor. Ah, there we go. That is the problem. I'm going to have to stick, I guess, with my... is there a way to adjust my pitch? Yeah, I'm at F sharp. Here we go. All right, let's see if this does it. Yeah, that gives it just that little bit of back. Okay, now I want way more vocal reverb. So I'm going to go ahead and use the internal reverb, turn it on, and let's listen to Cathedral. Let's listen to, let's just start with long C. Better. One more time. I kind of like if everything's in the same hall, even if it's, or the same effect, even if it's a different physical or software verb. So let's hear this Cathedral. Yeah, I've liked the sound of that one for a while, and that's kind of why I gravitate towards it. So let's do something similar. Let's check out our reverb here. Got Cathedral. Let's go to our far D and just listen to brass. Okay, and that's just using those default stereo mics. I haven't loaded up far or close, but might be able to get a little more bite if I use the close mixed with far too. It's nice I got some more low end too. Now, I am running far mics through a reverb, so purists, I apologize if I'm upsetting anyone. And let's move on. It's because now that I got something that I want to pull up my graphic and just watch it and see if it works with just the core main hook I'm working on. Okay, I almost feel like I could double this harp and pan them a little, one left, one right, and then offset them. so I could give it a little bit more, here we go. Let's see what that does. Let's hear it with everything going on. Kind of get the repeating note. It's not bugging me too much. And I think I'm gonna just switch up the glissando on the second one, see what the difference between the pentatonic and the pentatonic cascade gets us. Whoa, way too much volume. Okay, this one's going to go on. Let me start it. I think I need to cut that one off sooner. I might stick with that for now. Okay, now that I have what I've been trying to say as I work on this is now that I've got this kind of hook going on with the main point, I want to add texture, depth, something cinematic. So I'm going to go to Soundiron's new Ambius Prime and this library here. This has some pretty cool stuff in it. I've just started to play around with it. Now see, suddenly something like this can really shift how this entire Soundiron bumper starts out. Like, and that's just a stock preset I pulled up. Of course, in my sonic branding talk, I said don't use stock sounds, which of course you shouldn't, but for demonstration of example and getting some idea together, I'm gonna continue to move forward with that. So I've got that one here. I'm calling it Guitar Pulse, and I'm gonna actually pan it because it's the only thing that's going to come in at second one, and I really want it to sweep across and excite us as to we're getting ready to experience something. Okay, it's good. It could be a little bit, a little more volume, in my opinion, right now. And maybe even give it a little bump as it grows. Okay, that harp has got to go. It only takes a couple times listening back to accept when you have made a mistake. I'm going to go back to just having them be the offset pentatonics. There we go. Okay, and now I want to add a little bit of color and texture at the end. So I'm going to go back to Soundiron's Ambius Prime library here. And there were some really cool things in this transmissions sound set. 3, this is the brand new sound set, Transmissions. This one's, this is the first one. And again, randomly loading it up. That's not going to work for us. There we go. Now this sounds cinematic, doesn't it? So I'm going to feel like my release could be reined in a bit. And we'll let that grow with the pulse at the beginning, and then we'll let it be the thing we fade out on. For now, we'll try that. Okay, right away the thing I hear is, because this is a, it's not giving, an F isn't playing a pure tonal F. So I guess we could adjust all of it on the interface. Let's do it. Let's just do this one. There we go. Okay. Somehow I recorded myself talking there. I think we got the right pitch now. Let's check this. It gives us a little bit of texture. I don't know if I love it. I think it's actually just too much, to be honest. So let's go mess around with this expanse. I really feel like that's too much. Oh, this will give us a little hope at the end. Come on. Are you going to stop? I'm not. This might do it for us. Okay, I think that does give that little bit of atmosphere. I feel like I've got everything up in these three, and they're all panned to the left, so I'm going to try to give it a little bit of space in the panning. I'm going to call this the MES choir. And I need to extend my note. And then we need to be sure to get out at the end as smoothly as possible, because your clients are almost always gonna just throw this in. So anything after here would be cut off and it would just suddenly sound like it dies. The fastest way to do this is to fade your master out. And that's what I'm going to do for the purposes of this example. And you have to be very careful because you want it to hang out. You want it to hang out till the very end, but you don't want to, and you want it to be smooth. Okay, it's not smooth, so that's easy. We just give it a little bit longer fade, and I think what happens. That feels pretty natural. Let's pop it up big and see what we got, because I think we spent quite a bit of time, got a pretty good thing out of this. Okay, I think that I love it. I just want some kind of I want some sparkles in here. I'm gonna see if where I could get some kind of little percussive sounds that might add to that. Maybe in my, let's see what my clank sounds, if those would get me what I'm thinking about. I think we might be able to do this. I'm going to pitch it up. Maybe this one, and yeah, I think we'll be able to get away with that. And definitely gonna need my big old reverb. Okay. I just want that high end. Yeah, that might do it. There we go, and might even give it the delay. if that does it. Okay, I'm just going to test it out. Okay, I think that now I just want to maybe add one panned this way. Okay, let's see if that gave us very much. And I think it did. It gave us a tiny bit more depth to the sound, but what I would like to do is clean it so that it's timing up with some of the visuals, because I hear some leftovers like here. Yeah, these don't belong because they that almost times out. You see these? Yeah. And now I wonder if I threw a little bit of distortion on that as well, if that might give us a little more crispness. Maybe this drive with, let's try with just tape saturation first. Okay, let's go to full-on distortion. Full-on screamer. Yeah, we're just losing our high end. Maybe that's this tone. Let me see if I can just do this. Yeah, I feel like we're just losing. Here we go. I'm using the amp simulator. Okay, let's see. Off. And on. And let's see it in context. I feel like... There we go. Thanks so much for checking out the video. I hope that walking through scoring the Soundiron bumper will help you to dig into the bumper scoring challenge. Be sure to check out the companion video to this video, which is the Sonic Branding 101. That's the first SLR workshop where I just kind of do some overview leading up to the process of thinking about scoring and sonic branding for bumpers, audio logos, and those kind of mnemonics. I'll be sure to include links over to everything in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe. We'd love your support. And be sure to head over to samplelibraryreview.com for the latest news and reviews.